In previous lecture, we have seen about the how to use matplotlib. Then using matplotlib, we have seen so many examples. Also, we have know about the how to open a file, how to open a CSV file, and how to plot pie chart, scatter chart, then bar graph. That and all we have go through in last lecture. So in this lecture 18, we will see the how we can use Python pandas and NumPy. Welcome to lecture 18. Myself Karthikyan. The lecture outlines are here. First we will see what is Python pandas and about that pandas importation, that and all we can go. Then access modification. Then how we will format the plots. Then how we can plot on a secondary y-axis and how we can define arrays. That and all we will go through in this lecture. So first we will go through the Python pandas. So basically we know that if I want to use so many data, then I have to use Python pandas, and this is high level data manipulation tool that is developed by Vas McKinney. So here in pandas, all the data are called or stored in a data frame. So the built-in NumPy package and its key data structure is called as a data frame here. So this data frame allows store and manipulate tabular data and observe the column values or row values, that and all possible in Python pandas using data frame module. So first, how to use pandas, how to call a pandas. First we use same as matplotlib. Import pandas as PD. Then again we have to denote this data frame as a df. So how if I want to read any kind of data, either Excel or CSV, then I should use df data frame is equal to pd, that is python pandas dot read csv file with the file name csv. Next we will see how we can do access modification. In the access modification we can see the import pandas. So I will read using data frame pd dot read underline csv, which is that one csv file I have to read. Then whatever content in that CSV file I will add it to some other data frame. Then whatever I want to plot in x-axis, like set index, what and all I want to need date. Then what I have to calculate average price, then I have to calculate it. Then I have to plot it. See, in this figure you can see 2015 everything is merged. Then what I have to do now, I have to modify the this axis x-axis. So that time what I have to do, I have to use first I will call a same figure, but only I have to add one line. What is that? Data frame of date. What it will do, if once I call this thing, it automatically align in this way. So pd2 data time data frame of date. While adding this kind of statement, so it will modify the axis of my plot. So there are so many things in Python that we will go through. Now next, plot formatting. Using, we previously knew that while plotting we are using matplotlib. So I want to do some format, like there will be, I want a dash plot, or in scatter only I want some star plot. So that time how we can modify that plotting. So what I have to do, I have to use that matplotlib dot style dot use my plot underscore style. So before creating one of the plot, then what next I have to do, then I have to use matplot.style.use, which one I am using ggplot right now. What is ggplot? Let's see. See, this is called ggplot. So here what I am getting, this is black color with a dash dash in this figure. Then also whatever date or time I want to put, I can put here using matplotlib.style using ggplot. If you want to know about much more thing about the plot formatting, go to this link. You will get the all the details of plot formatting. Then how to format on the secondary y-axis? See, so basically what we containing only one y-axis and one x-axis. But let's suppose I want to plot two data with a different value. That time what I will do? I will do left side one y-axis and right side another y-axis. So let's suppose I'm having the same timeline. I am getting the two product. One is decaying, another one is increasing. Suppose there are two brands, one order are decaying in the same time, another order are increasing exponentially or same time in that timeline space. Then I want to add both the thing in same line. But what is we have to see that here this quantity may be changes. See, there will be a negative line 0 minus 10 minus 20 minus 30 minus up to minus 60, but this one is positively increasing. So I want to combine these two with a single plot. That time I have to use secondary y-axis modification. So nothing, it is very simple. See, first I have to do some call some function that it containing the data frame. I have to plot it. Again I have to call the another function present in the data frame. Then again I have to plot it. Only what I have to do, just add this secondary underscore y. Using secondary underscore y, I can modify the y-axis. So whatever present in the this data frame, that will be plotted against the same timeline, but y-axis detail are presented in the right side in this time. Then it is also possible in combining both the thing in the same line, but if I combine both the thing in same axis, it is difficult to analyze. So that's why we are using secondary underscore y for plotting y-axis. So also we will see the solar PV data. So I have some set of data file which containing the voltages and current. What I will do? I will do using Python pandas. I will import those datas, then I will plot against that one. So I previously told that some of the example I have made it in a Jupyter notebook, that you were able to see the this IV curve. While I was talking about the matplotlib and different plot changes, that time I have wrote this same code. Also similarly, suppose I am getting the solar irradiation data. So I want to plot that one over a month. So that time also I can use Python pandas. See, in this irradiation data, I am getting the solar radiation from morning to evening. But what SCADA data will do, or data acquisition system will do, it will acquire or it will store all the data, sunlight irradiation data from morning till night. Like suppose it will start at the night 12 o'clock till same day night 12 o'clock, it will start acquiring the irradiation data. Whenever radiation comes, you can see here, suppose this is 0, it indicates the night 12 o'clock. There is no solar radiation. Whenever radiation falls, it can be increasing the irradiation. So that time we will see the what our intensity is coming to solar radiation, that we will acquire the data acquisition system. Then we will plot that one. So in this plot I can plot hourly data for a single day. Also I can plot monthly data. So here this graph containing radiation are falling to solar panel in a complete April month. April 17 I have plotted. Here you will get 30 days of irradiation data. And sometime what happened, because of there may be a chance in the PV system, that time I get some negative data. So that time I am indicating that there will be something happen in the complete power plant system. I'm not getting the sufficient irradiation data. There will be some mismatch. That and all kind of thing I can analyze. Also you can see here, this is I am putting some green line here. It indicates the inverter rating. What is the rating of the inverter? That and all we can plot using matplotlib, Python pandas and numpys. This is that sample code. What I have plotted that IV curve. So first we will import matplotlib and Python pandas. Next what I will do, I just call a data frame and I will read that CSV file. That CSV file name is solar data. Then because solar data file containing the all the values start from after 47 row like voltage and current, like previous this one it will shows the what is the module name, module specification, open circuit current, all the details are present in the 47 rows. So I don't want that one, so I can use that skip rows comment. I will skip that 47 rows. Then I will print that data frame. What I will get a C like this. In column I will get voltage, current and power. Then same using NumPy again I will import NumPy because there will be some numeric arrangement and mathematical calculation. So I want to invoke NumPy. Then I will add this print df and I will call separate voltage and current and I will plot it. So here I have set x limit 0 to 34 I want, then y limit 0 to 9. Then here using np range, here nothing but while putting np range first I can plot from 0 to 34, then I can add some steps. So whatever steps I required, I am just required two steps of increment in a x-axis. Like if I won't place that np arrange, it will randomly put like 0 1 2 3 4. I don't want like that. I want a two step of increment, so that's why I used np arrange. Similarly for y-axis I'm just adding np arrange for step 1. Then I will want some bigger line, so that's why I will use line width 4 and color is green with the not a dash, it is a single line. Then I will add some x label, y label, title, then annotator. Annotate means it will gives the this name in the this curve, that is 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 equal to 7.95. Then I want a grid, I will add grid. Then I want to save this figure, then I will use plt dot save figure. Then I have to show that one also, then I will use show. This is one sample code for IV curve of the solar. Then NumPy. So NumPy support greater variety of numerical types of code, like if I want to use boolean, that time I can use np.bool. I want to use byte, character, unsigned, integer, long, double, long, float, whatever I want to use. I also I want to use logarithmic, exponential, that and all, that time I have to use a NumPy library. Using NumPy library I want to call any data with np.bool, or I want to arrange something np.arrange. If I am using a logarithm, make np.log, or if I am using exponential np.exp. So for that case it is very useful. So using NumPy I can define Python arrays. So whenever I want to add so many data in an array, that time I can call it np.arrays for assigning some values. Then all the data can be using arrays by use array function. See here one example, x is equal to np.array. What I want to store here x in array of 2310. Similarly I can add more number of arrays, or I can add lists, tuples, so many things I can add using NumPy. So most of the example are present in the NumPy are containing the list and tuples. So whenever I want to call any, or I want to add any list or number, I will just use np.array. What we will write before writing any code, if I want to import this thing, first import matplotlib.pyplot as a plt for plotting. Then import numpy as numerical calculation for any numerical kind of calculation. Then import pandas as pd. For importing data from the file, I have to read data from csv, excel, so many kind of data I want to read, that time I have to use import pandas. So finally we have seen all the basics of Python programming, also basics of data analysis part using Python pandas, matplotlib, numpy, and there are so many things like if you are going for machine learning, then you can import TensorFlow. And if you are going for the image processing, the processing of image data, that time you can go for the OpenCV. There are so many libraries are present in the Python. So according to our requirement, we will learn particular libraries and Python programming, and we will use that one. Thank you so much.